everybody, welcome back to Memoirs of a Single Jawn. We're so happy to have you back. Happy to see you. Can you believe it's episode 3 already?
I cannot believe it. And can I just say, like, we've been getting so much support from you guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, seriously. The support and the feedback in our very active Single Jawn community is incredibly overwhelming. I did not expect it. So this episode that we are going to discuss, or the topic that we're going to discuss for episode 3, it's gonna be a little provocative. This episode is gonna be very provocative. Essence posted an article entitled Top 7 Reasons Why Black Men Don't Approach Black Women. This article was authored by Kelly Fisher and Tana Gilmore, aka the matchmaking duo of Fisher-Gilmore Matchmaking. They received feedback from their black male clients regarding why they find black women so intimidating. So we want to mention or reiterate, this is not a generalization of all black men in America and what they think of all black women in America. This is just a smaller focus group or a small group of black men that were surveyed and asked their blunt, honest opinion about how they feel about black women. Myth number 1, we don't seem as fun. Black women face so many daily struggles that it can sometimes become second nature to not smile or take a moment to say hello. Fun can take a back seat when we're fighting to better ourselves. Because of this, some men believe that women of other races maintain a more light, airy, fun approach to love, which they ultimately find more attractive. They feel our focus shifts from being the fun girlfriend to being more practical and solely concerned with ensuring the house is clean, meals are made, and children are taken care of.
Okay, your feelings matter, and I really want the men to be able to feel comfortable discussing what their issues are with us as black women. And by the same token, I would like for men to be able to be open for us to discuss the issues that we have with black men.
Yeah, I think they're just talking about single black women and why we're not even approachable in the first place, because maybe we tend to have a chip on our shoulder because we have a lot of stress in our life. It's not easy to be fun all the time. And I also want to mention, like, men aren't fun all the time. It's just we have to be a lot of things to a lot of people. And I understand the plight and the struggle that black men face, and I sympathize with that. But I think we're routinely ignored in public and also in private in our own house. So being fun, you know.
Well, for me, I feel like us being the fun girl, we are that. And as you were saying, it's constantly overlooked. Like
everything's overlooked.
It's like we're not doing enough. And okay, if you feel like you want us to be fun, then come up with some ideas and let's be fun together. You know, like it's all about, it boils down to communication. So if you feel like I'm not being fun enough for you, or I need to change, then apparently there's something that you need to do as well. So you need to change the environment. You know, these are the things that I would like to do. I feel like it would enhance our relationship, and the woman is going to do it. Like, I don't understand. I can't see a woman just not taking heed to what her man says.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Men, if you were one of the few men who answered this questionnaire, please reach out to us, because I would love to really have a discussion with you to figure out what type of women you were dating. Whatever is coming across as not being the nice romantic type, it's because of whatever baggage I may have from relationship that didn't work out. And you guys have to understand that. You need to be patient with us. I think women are a lot more patient with the men than they are with us, and that really sucks.
It makes me sad and frustrated. I'm sure I'll get angry later.
I think I'm just done being angry. I'm really trying not to. I'm all about positive energy. So I don't want to tap into being angry. I don't want to be that angry black woman that society is always trying to portray us to be. But I mean, my feelings matter. Communicate how you are feeling. If you feel like things need to change in a relationship, you need to say something.
And
Myth number 2. We look like we can't be bothered. Black women often come across as if we don't want to be bothered when we're out and about in public. We often appear more focused on what's ahead and less focused on meeting someone new. My opinion is if black men would approach black women like they had some sense, then we would definitely be, we would look like we would like to be bothered. Because what you're not going to do is go, yeah, purple pants, red pants, Miss Parker. Like, no. Remember from, what movie was that? Friday?
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Parker. And I was so angry when I turned around. Like, I don't answer to catcalling, as they say. I don't respond to you honking the horn. How do you think I'm going to respond when you're doing that? And me, I'm a very pleasant person. So if you say good morning, I'm going to say good morning to you. Yeah. And it's a shame that I have a 14-year-old daughter, and already I think I started training her like 2 years ago. Just training her on how to be able to take catcalling and the negative approach by men.
I think for young girls, they need to be told, like, yeah, this is something that you need to look out for, but it's not your fault if you're getting accosted. That's their problem, but you need to be equipped to handle yourself. I think I'm just tired of the onus being put on the person who is the victim in the situation. And yeah, it's not your fault. Any 12-year-old, 13-year-olds that are listening, or 25 and 30-year-olds.
And let's go back and just say we don't look approachable because we're just walking. First of all, in the morning, I'm just on go. So I might not look approachable because I have somewhere to go. And perhaps it might not be the right setting.
But yeah, like going back to your initial point about being accosted on the street, I actually, when you said that, it made me realize, like, I have trained myself to have a stone face when I'm out in public. And people have told me, like, even friends who see me in passing, I don't look friendly at all. And it's gotten to a point where even, like, black men don't talk to me anymore, I've noticed. I've gotten very good at the stone bitch face when I'm trying to get from point A to point B. And you guys need to understand, it's a survival thing.
Yeah. Because if we're smiling, guess what? Here they come. Hey, baby, can I get your number? And if you say no.
Oh, and then they turn.
Oh, my God.
Just like that. Why are you getting an attitude with me for something that is not my fault?
And the fact that you have to explain yourself, we're not interested. Just like men cannot be interested in us and we have to get over it.
Yes.
Like, you get over it. We're not interested. Again, men, you need to be patient with us. And it's all about the setting. You need to be mindful of where you're approaching us and how you're approaching us. So,
myth number 3, we don't offer enough support. There is a perception that some of us can overlook a black man or not be as uplifting because we think they need to have already arrived before we give them a chance. The matchmaking duo's black male clients often say they feel more supported by women of other ethnicities earlier on in their careers and during their college years.
That is a blatant lie. It's a lie. No. Nope. You can't talk. No.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself specifically.
Do you know how many ride or die? First of all, they always talk black men. Oh, I got my ride or die chick. We will ride for our black men. I mean, they could be in jail for 10 years and they still be riding for that man till he get home.
If I can I want to play devil's advocate a little bit because we're not generalizing black men negatively, and I don't want us to generalize black women positively or negatively because I was a completely different person in my 20s than I am right now.
Okay.
So I can kind of see how they might say we don't offer enough support. Like maybe some of these guys are dating like trophy girls, or they're dating younger girls or girls who haven't arrived to where we are yet. Mm-hmm. And that's part of where the healing conversation comes in. Okay. Like
they go for that as opposed to going for what is going to be beneficial to them in the long run. So you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, so yeah, you want this Barbie, and then turn around and say, oh, you're not supportive. And not saying that there aren't Barbies out there that aren't supportive.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Like, if this is what you are going for, this is what you need to expect.
Right. From my perspective, I don't agree with that. Like, I will ride for you. If you tell me it's something that you need help with, I'm going to do the research to help you. I'm going to be your cheerleader. And it's exhausting, but that's just how I am. Even if, like, I have friends that I'm like, okay, how can I support? Mm-hmm. What can I do to help you? I will stand behind you and help you do whatever needs to be done. Mm-hmm. But again, these are the type of females or women that are the first to go to when it comes to relationships, unfortunately.
I do offer support, and I'm a big cheerleader. But if I feel that my partner is not taking my advice to the detriment of our relationship or to the betterment of his life, I will flip out. I don't do that, like, I don't expect that in myself.
Right.
I'm an ambitious person, and I also want somebody who's ambitious. Mm-hmm. Now, what I've learned from that is to not date guys who are not ambitious. I tried to be a fixer in those past relationships. Yeah. So if I find somebody who wants to do better, even if they don't know how, mm-hmm. if they need the tools, but they know that they want and deserve more than what they have, I am that person who will get them over the hump and be happy to do it.
In the long run, it's going to be beneficial to you both. Number 4. We're more inhibited sexually. Often, black women have been raised to keep our poise and act like a lady at all times, especially in public and while under pressure. However, black men tell us they love the freedom and ability to know their woman can be flexible and go with the flow in certain more spontaneous situations. That may mean feeling comfortable enough to act out his wildest fantasies, knowing he won't be judged for asking.
I'm not going to put my finger in your butt if that's
what. I'm all about connections. If I have a good connection with you, then, hey, let's go. But I also feel like I need to be comfortable enough with you to do certain things. Because I have had conversations with some females where they're like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that.
Well, in the beginning of relationships, I think I can be inhibited. And that's a conversation that, even the conversation, it's so painful mm-hmm. that I need to trust the man that I'm seeing to even have that conversation. I was sexually assaulted and experienced some sexual exploitation. I had a bad introduction to my sexuality as a woman. So I had a hard time just being uninhibited. Also, I noticed that even if my personality was uninhibited, people would call me a slut. Like, I was far from a slut. So then that made me crawl deeper and deeper into my shell. It's like feeling violated over and over again. So I worked really hard to try to prevent that from happening. And again, it's a survival thing. A lot of what I do is survival because I worked really hard on getting to where I am right now. Yeah. So that I can be a good person and a good girlfriend.
I'm very in tune with my body. And again, as long as I'm comfortable with the person, I'm okay with connecting with that person on a sexual level. My issue then becomes, okay, if I'm comfortable with you, then I'm going to be comfortable doing certain things, like whatever, you know? So to go from that to not getting to the next level in a relationship is kind of again, frustrating.
We work really hard to protect ourselves from getting hurt, because that's most of our introduction into love and into relationships, is that we were hurt on a very deep level.
Even still, you were saying we work very hard to protect ourselves. We work very hard to be vulnerable too.
Yes,
it's not
that
easy
is
to be
not
vulnerable.
easy.
It's not.
That's what most of my therapy was for.
Love's a hand-me-down broom.
I'm gonna go off topic a little bit here.
No.
Hey,
My cat, everybody.
yeah. Going up to yonder. Fight one. I ain't gonna make it.
Like, Old Man River. Getting assaulted.
Hello.
Tonight on Nightly News. I'm just kidding.
Oh goodness. It's about to be the 11 o'clock news.